Hey folks, boom, it's hump day and coming at you live. I've got an interesting topic today that I want to talk about, and it's about a new program that I've been experimenting with for about 3 weeks. It's got a funny name, and I've got a funny take on it. It's called GOATA, GOATA. And it stands for Greatest of All Time Athletes. And it's an exercise training workout program that I'm experimenting with. And it's changing a lot of the fundamental ways around which I move. But I thought one of the funny things is, for me, it could be GOATA could be something completely different, not greatest of all time athletes. Like, hey, you old GOATA, like get your stuff together, because I've been doing this for a long time, and one of the reasons I'm experimenting is I haven't found anything that works from the standpoint of taking care of my long-term health and well-being of my body, of this physical beingness of me. I found things that have worked temporarily in the short term. CrossFit was one of those things. And I mean, CrossFit developed an incredible level of fitness that I carried on for years, and it was very functional and worked really well. But I've also found that over the years of CrossFitting, my joints have broken down. And I got aches and pains and that don't go away. And that doesn't really work for me, because I want to be continuing to be athletic and fit and moving and enjoying my life and my body well into my 70s, 80s, 90s, hundreds. What the heck? And so I'm experimenting with this. One of the things I'm doing in GOATA, I'm not going to get real technical into what it is. But one of the things is my weight's in the balls of my feet, not my heels. So when I squat, my weight's up in the balls of my toes. And one of the other things that's happening is that I'm rotating my femur with every squat that I take, which is completely different than anything I've ever done in my whole life. But what I want to talk about related to GOATA, which is really a concept that is a much broader concept, is about being in the arena. And what does it mean to be in the arena in your life? Well, in one way, it could mean being on the playing field and going after it and not spectating from the sidelines. And that is what it does mean. But I'm talking about a willingness. In this case, I'm talking about a willingness to experiment and try on new things and new concepts and things that you don't necessarily already come in knowing what will happen. I have absolutely no idea what impact GOATA will have on my body. I've found in some ways it irritates some things that I currently have. But it's also potentially clearing some things up that I have also struggled with over time. And I've got a hunch that there will be more positive impact than negative impact. I'm not sure. But what I want to communicate to you is I'm willing to experiment. I'm willing to be in the arena. I'm willing to try. Now, I'm not willing to continue trying to the point that it would cause me more harm than good, or that would injure me. And so far that's not happening. And I'm taking precautions to make sure those things don't happen. But the point, really, the mindset that I'm talking about is really about a mindset that allows you to take on new things in your life and to move into the zone of discomfort, of the zone of I don't know. Being able to say that I'm in this place and I don't know what's going to happen, and not panicking, not rushing to find all the answers, not rushing to Google to find out if other people are experiencing problems or how they're doing with it. It's just willing to try things on. I mean, if you think about it, 30 years ago, before there was an internet, you didn't have that many options of finding out how something affected lots of other people. You had to rely on your instinct and your willingness to step onto the playing field. And I would argue or say that is a lost skill. That is a lost practice that we really, as a culture, we really need more of. A willingness to go inside and think for yourself and make a choice for yourself in spite of your trepidation, in spite of not knowing, being willing to allow your not knowingness to guide you and to trust that the not knowingness is exactly the place you should be. So I'm not going to belabor the point. I think I've made it. I'd love to hear how you're maybe already doing this, or an area of your life where you could actually engage in more of not knowing. Where could this serve you in your life? And how could it make your life better? Where do you need to be more willing to enter that zone of discomfort of, I don't know the answer and I don't know how it's going to be, and let's go there. And that's all I got for you today on this hump day, the last day of March. And I'll see you here maybe tomorrow, maybe not. The next time I go live, I'll see ya. See ya.